video recording. Oh, good, it is. All right, great.
Oh, good.
Here comes, counting it down in 3, 2, 1.
They write ballads about girls like Bobby Joe, the loving kind, loving a man so strong.
If God loved you, he'd have opened your sissy chute.
The Morning Stream. I am your father's, brother's, nephew's, cousin's former roommate.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It's the Morning Stream for September 9th, 2024. Scott Johnson here. Brian Ibbot there. Good morning.
Hello. Happy brand new week to you.
Yeah, and for those who celebrate, happy Apple Announcement Day. For those who don't, it's fine. It's all right. You got your folds and your Pixel 9s. You're fine.
Yeah, your cool folding phones. I'm jealous of folding phones, but don't worry. Apple will invent it soon.
Yeah, they will
Apple will invent the folding iPhone soon.
That's right. That'll be a brand new product, and they'll get up there and they'll push it, and then they'll act like they invented it. All right?
Exactly.
Chances are, though, they probably will make it pretty good when they do it. I'll say that.
Sure.
I don't think, they always like to pretend like they were first. But oftentimes they do perfect the thing that they're stealing.
They often do, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody says, "Oh, my, what am I listening to? I'm listening to a Creative Nomad cast. No. Oh, I love my Creative Nomad casts.
Oh, they're the best.
People you love.
Zunecast. Actually, Zunecast might have worked had it stuck.
Zunecast might have. You just squirt a Zunecast to somebody else. Hey, let me pull out my brown Zune and I'll squirt a Zunecast over to you.
That's right. Or just go straight Squirtcast. Let's do that. That may not be a show I'd listen to. Anyway, we're all here. You're here. We're all here. We're going to get right to it. In fact, we're going to start today with a guest because a friend of the program is here. We're going to talk about a really rad project that she has been working on with her good pal, and I'm going to pull her up here real quick. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. There we go. We are bringing in the one and the only Amy Frost. We have the Rings of Ringage. I think that's a good sign. And there she is. Hello, Amy. How are you?
Oh, good morning. I'm good.
Oh, good. Fantastic to hear your voice. It's been a while for me. How are things? How you doing up there?
Things are great. I continue to have major dental work during important podcasting, so that's always fun.
That's fun.
You're not in the chair right now having anything.
No.
Okay,
No. Took the morning off. No, things are good. Things are. Because the last time I was on was probably almost exactly 5 years ago.
Oh my gosh, dude! Has it really been that long? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we had top podcaster in between all that, and you had a hell of a showing on there. That was fantastic.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
That was a good time.
Yeah, super good time. Well, it's good to have you here. The reason we have you on is because you've got a big project going on with Achewillow, not Achewillow.
No.
Right.
I don't know why I've done that, but gosh, people need to remember, I'm the same guy that back in the early World of Warcraft days called ogres orgs. So
well, it is Orgrimar, right? It's not Orgrimar.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that part I got, but like when I would see an ogre spelled O-R-G-E, I would say org, and I'd say, "Oh, look at all the orgs up here in this zone," and people would make fun of me incessantly, and I finally broke out of it. So H is the new org, is the way I'm looking at this.
There you go. People are saying that your audio is cutting in and out, Scott. Do you know?
I don't know. My audio is? Really? Yeah. I don't know. It seems fine on this side. You're hearing me fine, right, Brian?
I'm hearing you totally fine.
Is Brian cutting out also? Because it should only be... It's just choppy in general.
It should only be Brian. That's what you're about to say.
Well, no. I'm saying it should be both of us if it's us at all.
Right. Yeah.
Sounds fine
Some
to me.
People are saying sounds fine to me. Oh, so fine now. Yeah. For
a
while, people were saying audio is cutting in and out.
All right. So it's just somebody with. It's like two people. Anyway, hey, Amy, let's get to it and talk about Achewillow. There's a big project going on. Tell us what this thing is about and what you guys are doing.
So 5 years ago, I was here talking about the launch of Achewillow, which our 5-year anniversary will be on Halloween. And now we are trying to get season 1 of Achewillow published as a real live, hold it in your hands, flip the pages book.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
So we're doing this through Inkshares. Tom Merritt has a couple of books published through Inkshares. Good friend of the show, J.F. Dubois, who is also my best friend and my collaborator on this project. He publishes all his books through there. And now we're trying to get this one off the ground.
That's awesome. Achewillow.com/book
cool.
is where you can go right now to get it. I'm pulling that up so the chat can see it. Yep, there we go. And so for those who are unaware, who are not initiated, tell them sort of the genesis of this, what the show was about in the first place, and how this book idea came about, because I think that's kind of fascinating and sort of new. I don't know anyone else is doing this.
So the show itself came about after my America's Next Top Podcaster run, because JF listened to me on the show and he said, "Oh, we are wasting our time with our Overwatch podcast that is like every other video game podcast." He's like, "Why are we doing this? We can be doing something different." So he also wanted something that was his work that could come out in between books, because publishing a book takes a very long time. And so we came up with this idea. The other thing is he is a horror writer, and I'm a big ninny about horror. So this was him writing something for me.
Oh.
That was still his genre, but that I could handle.
Cool. That's cool.
That's amazing. Man, your video's so nice for your intro on this thing.
Thank you.
Jeez Louise. This is too fancy. Too fancy for TMS. My gosh.
It took a long time. So Achewillow is the story of Miriam Dufour, who is a young woman from Montreal, and she inherits a cafe right as her life is falling apart. She inherits a cafe from a relative she didn't even know existed, a great-grand-aunt named Doris. And since she has nothing to lose, she goes to this tiny town called Achewillow, which straddles the border between Quebec and Vermont, to ostensibly sell the cafe and use this money to restart her life. But once she gets there, she finds out that things are kind of weird. And she winds up getting sucked into all of the strange goings on in this tiny little town.
Oh my gosh, this is very intriguing. I haven't had a chance to listen to the show yet, which is a mark of shame for me, because I feel like I've had plenty of opportunities. People are like, "Oh, you need to check it out, Scott. Why aren't you listening to it? Why aren't you listening to it?" I'm like, "Well, I've got it subscribed. It's sitting there. It's full of episodes, just waiting for me to hear." Now I feel like
65 hours now.
Oh, is that all?
It's a commitment. Yeah,
it is a commitment. I mean, it's 15 episodes a season. So that's only like 7.5, 8 hours.
What's the biggest challenge of doing this? Going from, something that is ostensibly a multimedia project and then converting it into the written word. It sounds like that might be a little tricky at times.
Yeah. So, I mean, because that's a big part of it, right? Is that Achewillow is written to be read out loud. So I do a lot of editing on the fly, because as it comes out of, I read each episode to give it a quick edit. But then as I'm recording, sometimes I'm like, no one in the entire world would ever put these words together out loud. And so I have to do these little edits on the fly. And they, and so getting to go back, because I mean, this is 5 years ago now. There have been some, we'll call them continuity changes.
Ah, okay. Retcon going on here and there.
Yeah, over the 5 years. So it'll be nice to go ahead and fix some of those things. Obviously, we know all the characters better now. Like, there are characters that were offhand mentions in season 1 that people latch onto, and then decided were important, like Helen Edna Notary Public. We don't know why. We don't know why people fell in love with Helen Edna Notary Public, but they did. And so she has become a more of a character as we went, so we can kind of go back and fill in some of these holes. And then another thing that people have been asking for a very long time is a cookbook, because this is ostensibly a story about food. And there are quite a few recipes in each season. And so for this book, we're going to be able to put those recipes out into the world.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's cool. God, I'm already drooling over this pie that that you're using as the trailer for the book. It looks absolutely amazing. I love how the lattice top turns into the symbol, the logo. Yeah.
There was a brief time where I was not sure it was going to work out, but that pie is currently in my freezer, because I made that.
Really?
Yeah, I made that video like right before going on a family vacation, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And then the internet's like, you can freeze a pie. I said, great.
Yeah.
I will do
Excellent.
that.
You can freeze a pie, and it's awful. I don't know why it's so good later, but frozen pies are fine. I don't know what that's about, because a lot of things you freeze it and it's like, oh, it tastes frozen now. But a pie, it's weird how it works. I guess certain pies may not work as well. But working with JF Dubois, obviously you guys are close friends and have been working together for a long time. This must be, I'll say this, it's hard out there with creative projects where two people can jive so well on a project. That must be amazing for you two to have that, work out between you.
It's really nice.
Perfect collaboration.
We met on a collaboration. We met in the Tadpool Facebook group because I had an idea for a design, which is the old Cheers Tadpool design, but I don't know Illustrator, so I couldn't make it. So I posted in the Tadpool Facebook group looking for someone who knew Illustrator to help me with this. And that's how JF and I met.
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
I loved his God in the Shed book. I was a huge fan of that book.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. The third one should be coming out next year.
Oh, no way.
The final book in the trilogy. Yep.
I got to catch up because I haven't read 2 yet, but I love that first book. He sent me a copy ages ago, and it was so good.
Yeah.
So you're working with like a pro here, and he's working with the pro, and together, Achewillow, not H-Willow, is going to take the world by storm. And I love this concept. So if people haven't checked it out, tell them all the places you want them to go to get it.
Okay, so first of all, if you want to buy a copy of the book or copies of the book, and I should mention that they all come with pre-order bonuses. If you get one copy of the book, you get a bookmark, you get a special episode that's actually coming out in a couple of weeks that no one else is going to get, but people who have backed the project. And then probably stickers, because who doesn't love stickers?
Everyone
then if you get
stickers.
At the Citizens of Achewillow level, which is if you purchase 3 copies, you get your name in the back of the book as a citizen of Achewillow. You get a personalized Achewillow citizen ID card with your address there. It's going to be quite good. And a short audio message from me.
Oh, very nice.
Apparently, this was news to me when we launched the campaign, so I was on board. But okay,
sure, why not? You got a great. You've had an amazing voice on the. Honestly, I think your long run on there had a lot to do with just your incredible voice, but also the person behind the voice. But I think that's a valuable thing. I'd let you. You could do my phone greeting anytime.
This is what I'm saying. No, it'd be
always good when you get surprised with one of those things, though. Yeah. By the way,
I like that.
Oh, are we cool? Okay, sure. Why not?
Yeah, it's usually I have to draw something crazy, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Maybe I could just read something.
Exactly.
That'd be nice. Well, that's fantastic. Please go check it out, everybody. Achewillow.com. You can find links to everything. And, of course, the book can be found at achewillow.com/book. It'll take you straight to the Inkshares listing. And if you want the podcast, pretty much everywhere you get them. And
if for any reason it's not somewhere that you get a podcast, please let us know.
Yeah.
Because we will fix it.
Yeah. So we'll submit. I run into this all the time. There's always some weird, did you hear about Show Splitter? It's a new service from somebody.
Great. Let me go make an account, I guess.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Just at least let me lock down that username so I can keep it.
It's annoying as hell. Yep. Anyway, well, this is fantastic. Amy, we wish you nothing but the best of luck, and can't wait to see the final product. Sounds awesome.
For sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
She's great.
She is. Yeah.
She really does. I mean this. She has a voice I would want to hear. I don't know what this. Why I haven't listened to this podcast, because she got the kind of voice where you just like, oh, could you read everything for me? I got this document I have to sign. Could you read that in your voice, and then I'll feel better about signing it when I'm done, kind of thing. She's just great.
Right. No, for me it was I listened to the first few episodes of Achewillow, and I found myself having to go back. It's kind of like the whole audio book versus reading a book, where I just got distracted by her voice and like the way she pronounces certain words, or not really pronounces, but she has a very distinctive vocal style that I really like. And so it's
she has a very distinct cadence. We'll put it that way.
She does. Yes.
Is that the right word? Cadence, right? Cadence is the word.
That's like the tempo, I believe, of speech.
I think so. Unless you're saying like a release schedule can also have a cadence, and that's like a timing thing. But when you're talking about somebody's voice,
it's also a tempo. Yep.
It's also a tempo. That's true. It's all connected. The whole world is connected.
The whole world is connected.
Next, we'll talk about string theory. All right, moving on. Got a few things to talk about today. you and I both saw Beetlejuice. We won't say it
did,
3
yes.
times because you know what happens with 3 times.
Yeah, boy.
Bees come out
Crazy.
of their mouth.
Yes.
Anyway, I just wanted to just give a broad reaction to it. If you were a fan of Tim Burton in the 80s and you liked what he was doing there, so specifically if you really liked Beetlejuice, the first film, I think you're going to, after these 30 plus years later, really like this one because it is right in that wheelhouse and creepy, but in a Halloween fun way. Maybe don't take 5-year-olds, but
Oh, yeah, maybe not. Did you? You didn't have Van with you.
no, it's just we just went on a couple's date, but it was like
Yeah.
I kept thinking during that. All right, who could see this? I think if you're like 10 and up, you'd be fine, but younger than that, depends on the kid, I guess.
Right.
Nothing too offensive or anything. It was just like, there are moments, a lot of practical effects, a lot of stuff that would make you kind of go, oh, if I was 5, this would really maybe scar me for a while.
A little bit, but I'm so glad. I mean, that's the thing with Tim Burton, seeing that he's not saying, yeah, no, it's a new dawn, it's a new age, I'm going to do CGI instead of practical effects. No, he fully embraces the practical effects, and there are a ton of them in there.
Yeah, it's very much one of those. So, you get all the ingredients if you'd like him, and I think it's actually a really nice return to form. I keep saying if you like him because I think it's important, a distinction. If you don't like that stuff, like if you didn't like Beetlejuice, like maybe you're a huge fan of Ed Wood and that other one I love, Big Fish, and his more, I don't know, his deeper things.
Right.
If you're a fan of
Less
those, but you don't love the
manic.
goofy manic stuff, then maybe this isn't
Yeah.
for you. But I
This would
thought it was
be-
a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very much continues the feel of the original, and I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought Jeffrey Jones had passed away, because my Echo thought he did in March.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's that photo I sent you. Was me asking the Amazon Echo if Jeffrey Jones was
now
still
I understand it. I was curious what that screen I was looking at and why it had a shroud on it. I have all kinds of questions about
it's like
that.
it was Jeffrey Jones as a ghost, but there are people on Reddit who there's a whole Reddit thing on the Mandela effect of people who thought that Jeffrey Jones passed away. He might as well have for the crap that he did. But Stephanie and Pets thought he did as well.
Yeah, it seems like you could have told me that and I would have said, oh, yeah, of course, he's probably dead. First of all, he's really old, but also, I don't know, kind of moved into obscurity. Although he did all his bullshit and then was in Deadwood.
And then did Deadwood. Yeah, exactly.
Which is crazy. But so if you're wondering why we're talking about him, he played the dad in the first film. Let's just say he plays that dad again.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not Jeffrey himself.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think. I don't think he had any involvement.
Let's just say the character's likeness shows up. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't just have
Anyway.
warm gummy bears in his pants. He's a bit of a known pervy perv.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, moving on. Let's see what else. I didn't bring it. Shoot, I was gonna bring it down here. I bought a popcorn. You know how since Dune, everybody wants to make a wacky popcorn bucket for their movie.
Yeah.
While we were there, they had a bunch of Harry Potter buckets. They had a bunch of stuff for I can't remember what all these different kind of buckets. And one of them they have at the Cinemark at our thing was these 2 Transformers heads. One is Optimus Prime, the other one's Bumblebee. And at first they just looked like standard Gen 1 Bumblebee and Optimus, and I was like, well, why would they even have those here? And then it hit me, oh, they got this new movie coming out, the eyes are different. Okay, it's
Transformer 1.
yeah, that's
exactly.
what it is.
Yep.
But that head is so cool, and it was $7 is all.
Nice. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, it's cheap Chinese plastic, it's not that big a deal, but
Of course. Yeah.
I was like, I'm getting that. I didn't even put popcorn in it. I mean, they give you free popcorn
no.
in it, but I was like, that's not why I'm buying this. I bought it for Van because he loves Optimus Prime. But I'm walking around the rest of that date night with this freaking Optimus Prime head under my arm. Everywhere we went. So we went and got burgers at Shake Shack, and I'm in there with this Optimus Prime head sitting on the table, looking at people as they went by.
Can you please fill this with French fries? Thank you.
Yeah, no kidding, right? It has it has a latch in the back. You can open it, but it seemed really, unless you're a little kid hand, that's a bad popcorn head.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, for sure.
Not great.
No, I was so bummed. We went to Beetlejuice on opening freaking night. There had been one other showing before that, an afternoon showing, and then we went Thursday that night. and they had already sold out of the really cool sandworm bucket. It's like a coiled up sandworm with the mouth and then the other mouth coming out of it.
They didn't have that. That's cool.
They did not have it, and I was so bummed. She's like, oh, yeah, no. I like, she came right to us, sat down. Hey, you guys have any of the sandworm buckets left? Oh, yeah, hold on. Oh, nope, they're telling me that we're sold out. And I didn't see anybody in the audience that had one. So it had to be like somebody just came in and scarfed them all.
Yeah. Somebody binged
probably,
them.
Probably a ton of them on Facebook Marketplace and eBay and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
sure.
That's a bummer. I would have probably grabbed one of those.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that stuff in the movie.
I
thought
too.
that was all right.
I was thinking, this is perfect. Like, this is a bucket I can see myself using for handing out candy on Halloween, for eating popcorn while we're watching a movie, whatever. And like, it really bummed me out. We even went, we saw the Casa Bonita Mia Moore documentary 2 days later at a different Alamo Draft House. And I asked them, they said, we sold out of those yesterday. So it's like, oh my God. So if I would have seen Beetlejuice on Friday at the other Alamo Draft House, I could have gotten one. But
that documentary, real quick, give me a rundown of that because it sounded interesting.
My God. It is fan-freaking-tastic. It is the story of Matt Stone and Trey Parker buying Casa Bonita. It actually even goes back to them as kids going to Casa Bonita. And someday saying, wouldn't it be great if we owned this place, and kind of laughing about that. And then of course doing the episode, this is the famous South Park episode where Cartman experiences basically kidnaps Butters so he can experience all of Casa Bonita and while the cops are chasing him. Yeah. And it kind of chronicles, here's the money they spent to buy Casa Bonita, and then here's the ever-growing amount of money that it costs to actually not even improve Casa Bonita, but bring it up to freaking code.
So it's like it's like Money Pit, basically. Is the
exactly
idea.
It reminded me. I was telling Tina, kind of reminded me a little bit of the Coverville 500 concert in Vegas. It's like, all right, we got this cool venue. Oh, they closed down. All right, we're gonna do it at the Bally's instead. Cool, same price, fantastic. Oh wait, we need now to pay for a stage. Oh, we need to pay the union workers because we can't move a chair without paying somebody. Oh, we need to buy. They won't let us do just open bar. We have to buy pre-buy all the tickets for drinks. Yeah. It just turned into this stupid expense. But it kind of reminded me a little bit of that. But it is so laugh out loud funny. The audience was, there's just at times just laughing their heads off. And it should be streaming. I'm imagining it's going to be streaming on Paramount Plus in about a month and a half.
Randy said it was the same director as the 6 Days to Air.
7 Days to Air, 6 Days to Air, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Which is great. I love that thing.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite docs of all time. So I'm all in on this. I hope it streams soon. Probably what? Yeah, Paramount. Yeah. You said Paramount probably because that's where South Park is and all that.
Exactly. That's why I'm thinking that's where it's going to end up. Yeah. So keep an eye out for it. It'll be as soon as it's available to stream. I'm going to use it as a recommendal. Don't you worry.
Yeah, that's
so
great.
I can talk more about it. I'll probably watch it again because it was just hilarious.
That's great.
Unfortunately, they didn't have a scene where they talk about going to this having their Christmas party and walking up to a couple sitting there getting ready to do Puzzle Pint and bringing us cookies, and nobody recognized Matt Stone. Listen, he showed up in a suit. Who's seen Matt Stone in a suit and knows what he looks like in a suit?
Ever.
I'm sorry, Trey Parker in a suit.
Either one. I never see either one. They're always in jeans, shorts, freaking baggy t-shirts. They don't
t-shirts,
dress up.
Whatever, and clean shaven and all that stuff. It's like, no, there's no way I'd recognize this guy otherwise. So yeah,
that's awesome. So now you go there and happily spend $30 for whatever it is you're eating.
I will. I told Tina, I said, I don't care how much the food there costs. I'm happy to pay it to recoup some of the cost that they lost in just the stuff you don't see. It's all of this money just for things that you have no idea existed. And So worth it. So Casa Bonita Mia More. It's in theaters now, or some theaters. I don't know if it's in theaters outside of Colorado, to be honest.
Oh, it might be a limited deal.
It might be, but
yeah, I don't see it here. I'm checking my Fandango local listings. It's not on this, so
not there. Yeah, so
maybe,
it might just be local.
Maybe it'll broaden out. You never know. That'd be cool.
Yep.
All right, there's that. We got a quick email from our mailman Bob, who always calls in.
Yay!
Yeah, love this because we have a definitive answer on exactly what they're willing to go through to get your mail to you, Brian. So it's the whole sleet, snow, whatever thing. Turns out there's something to that. Here you go.
Hey, Scott and Brian. Obviously, this is for TMS. It's Bob the mailman calling back about rain, sleet, or dark of night. Well, one year we had 2 feet of snow overnight, and it took us over 2 months to get all the mail delivered. We are a little soft here in the Northeast, but there are extremes that we will not deliver in, or they'll call us off the road if it's in the middle of a snowstorm. But as far as rain goes, yeah, we have to trudge through that. Love the show, though.
Yeah, but what about sleet? You know?
Right.
I hear a lot about this sleet sometimes.
Yeah, they promise sleet and dead of night.
Yeah.
Or dark of night, nor neither sleet nor snow nor hail nor dark of night shall stay these couriers from their appointed rounds. So the snow to a point.
Sure, to a point.
A little asterisk next to the word snow in that credo.
Also, the key there seems to be they spent a couple of months finally getting mail where it needed to be. The key is ultimately getting it there, whether it's delayed or not. That's all I need from these people, you know?
Yeah.
These people like Bob, great civic servants like Bob, doing his best. You know, just glad you're out there.
For sure.
Keep getting chased by dogs. Keep delivering my mail to the guy next door by accident. It's all good. We love it. Keep it coming.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll real quick story before we bring Dunaway in here.
Go ahead.
So people know that I drive for Lyft. Obviously, I've talked about it on the show before. I don't know how much I've mentioned, but Tina started doing it shortly after I did, so that she could get that sweet bonus, that first month bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you do X number, if somebody recommends you and then you do X number of rides in the first month, you get this nice big paycheck bonus, and then the person who recommends you gets some as well. And so she does it on the occasion. Like I'm maybe a total of 6 to 8 hours a week. She maybe does 4. Very, very rare. But on Saturday, we both happened to go out.
Right.
She went in the morning and then I went in the afternoon. And she always tells me about every ride she gets. Like, she's so funny. She's like, oh, yeah, I picked up a couple and took them to the airport. They were going to Tennessee and blah, blah, blah. And so she's telling me, oh, yeah, you know those horrible apartments on 64th Avenue? There's some apartments like this area around us, a lot of nice houses and a lot of nice apartments and condos and townhomes and stuff. But there's one little tiny stretch right by the high school that has these really scungy looking apartments.
Ooh.
And so she's saying, yeah, you know those apartments? I picked up some people there, and I was taking them down to the Belmar area, which is like 20 miles away, so that they could look at a new apartment. It was a mom and her daughter. And I'm like, oh, funny. I actually dropped somebody off at those apartments on 64th. And she says, yeah, it was mom and her daughter, and they were talking about, she works at 7-Eleven. I said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was talking about working at 7-Eleven as well. And then when I said, lowercase Stephanie, she's like, yes, that was her. So, hundreds of Lyft drivers in Denver, right? All over the damn place.
Sure.
And with 2 hours apart, she picked somebody up from the Scunge apartments on 64th and took him down to Belmar. And then a couple hours later, I picked that very same couple up and brought them back to their Scunge apartments on 64th.
What are the percentage chances? Low.
I don't even know. I don't even know how that's even possible. But we both screenshotted the trip so that we could say, yeah, look at that, like mirror images of each other.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
And those people had no idea. They
had no idea. It's like, by the way, did you know my wife was the one who brought you to this apartment 2 hours ago?
That's funny, dude.
So, yeah.
Such a little did they know they had a very Ibbot travel day that day.
They did, and how would even this sort of thing get talked about? Like Tina could have just brought them up. I would have not remembered and whatever, But the fact that she brought up and I'm like, oh, yeah, those apartments actually picked somebody up from mother and daughter? Yeah, what the fuck? So,
That's wild. Well done.
Teeny tiny F-bomb right there, by the way, for people.
Well, once in a while, Brian's got to let one pop out and show it to the world. It's not a problem.
Heck yeah.
All right, we're going to play a game, and Dunaway's involved. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
All right. He's just involved. I'm in the wrong group. That would have been funny. I almost started the Film Sack group. Let's not do that.
Don't start the Film Sack group. I haven't watched the movie yet.
No.
Darkman this weekend.
I'm excited. I like that movie. Or I did. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see how much of it holds up.
I mean, Sam Raimi usually holds up for me pretty much across the board, but this is a weird one, so we'll see. It's been a while. I can't really speak to it. We'll find out soon, but for now, here's this. Hey, look who it is. Our old pal Brian Dunaway calling in from very beautiful this time of year, South Carolina. Hello, Brian. How are you?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. How are you is the better question.
Pretty good. We had a full day with you yesterday. We did Film Sack, went right into Play Retro. That was just like a Sunday to remember. It
was. We took a nap on the couch together. It was great.
Oh, it was so good. Can you believe
Scott's
it?
a heater. He's such a heater.
Couch buddies. Am I a heater? Do I sleep hot?
He's such a heater. Yeah. I had to kick the blankets off.
I did. Apparently, I kicked my pillow halfway across the room last night, and I don't remember doing it.
Jeez. How long before Kim just puts you in your own bed?
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that Lucy Ricky thing is like there's other reasons for it.
Yeah.
It isn't just
we must be traveling similar paths. Last night, Audra had to punch me because I was screaming. I was having a dream.
Jeez.
I actually had two dreams. I had a dream that I was in the kitchen and the refrigerator door was open and I went back to bed. And I was like, okay. While I was in bed, though, a deer walked into the bedroom and I was like, get out of here, deer. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't leave, so I started yelling at him. And that's when she punched me.
Stop
yelling.
Yeah, because she thought you meant DEAR, not DEER.
Yeah.
Get out of here, deer.
Yeah, get out of here, deer.
Get out of here, dear. Get out of here, darling. I'm trying to sleep.
Darling. Man, we were talking to my kids about this last night. Does anybody say, was it darling? It was something like that. Nobody says,
sweetie.
No one says darling anymore.
No.
It's a lost art. Because the whole thing came up because Nick tells me, and his wife agreed, and a bunch of his friends agree with this. The thumbs up emoji to them is purely sarcastic. It doesn't mean great, talk to you later, or cool, I got your note. Like if I send that to Brian, it's like, yeah, acknowledge we're doing something.
Totally.
But for him, it's like that GIF of Jennifer Lawrence going
right. One of my favorite GIFs of all time. I want to use that. That's the one I just want to reply to just about everybody with like, okay.
Yeah. And he goes, and I know that older people aren't going to understand, but he says, Dad, it's like you saying bub, or not bub. What was it? I can't remember, but like an old timey, like 1950s version of something. And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess I understand that. We're all saying dude and cool still, but generations, man, what are you going to do?
That's it, man. Just look at that. Emojis have already found a way.
Yep.
Yeah.
To be dated.
To divide us. Fantastic. Well, let's get into a game that will not divide us. It will only unite us. It's called the Morning Half-Asses. And Brian here will explain the rules and who we're playing for.
Yeah, welcome to the previously mentioned The Morning Half-Asses, a trivia game where I'm actually going to be giving you two the answers. I'm going to give Scott and Brian a category and 6 possible answers, 3 of which are correct, and 3, like my attempt to buy a sandworm popcorn bucket was a tremendous failure. Depending on how confident you feel with each category, you can provide 1, 2, or 3 guesses, but if you get any wrong, you get 0 points for that round. Guess 1 and get it right, you get a point. 2 right gets you 3 points, and 3 right gets you 5 points for that round. The player with the most points after 3 rounds wins the prize for their contestant and contestants I have pulled from members of the Tadpole that aren't able to be here live. Scott, player playing for Will L. in Streetsboro, Ohio.
Ooh, Streetsboro. That's nothing but streets. That's all they got
all
there.
Streets. No houses, just streets.
Yeah.
Brian,
And
you're playing
burrows.
for Jesse in Friendsville.
Nothing but friends.
Tennessee,
Hey,
nothing but
Friendsville.
friends. Streets and friends. Yeah.
I feel like we've heard of that name before. Somebody calls in from Friendsville, maybe. Something like
Too
that.
much pressure to live in Friendsville. Jeez.
Maybe it's
Right,
this person.
exactly.
All right, cool. I like both these people. What games are we on the chopping block this week?
All right, your games that people could possibly win. A Guidebook of Babel, and Sticky Business.
Ooh, I have Sticky Business. Very cool game.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you run a little sticker business, and it's this cute, fun little chore core game. I like it a lot. It's really good.
That's some fun chore core sticker business.
Yeah. Keep your sticky business to yourself, bub.
And our runner-up is going to win a copy of Figment 2 Creed Valley. Arms
Also
wide
good.
open.
Also very good. That's a little third-person platformer thing. Quite good. Yeah.
Nice.
Nothing but good games today. I don't know what Guidebook to Babel or of Babel is, but the rest of it looks great.
I don't know, but it's got to be good, right? If it's in the company of all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just going to tell you right now. These I tried to find like one easy round to put amongst these three, and I found the easiest one I could to put with these three. But be I don't know, be conservative maybe in your. Yeah, let's see how you do. The first one, let's go into language or punctuation. Let's say punctuation. And big thanks to Al Kebab for making this question work. Sadly, it's visual, so you podcast listeners will have to describe things. Question number 1, unusual punctuation marks. We've got the diuresis, the ampule, the pilcrow, the asterism, the interrobang, and the scintilla.
The interrobang. I don't know if it's a thing or not, but I love it.
Yeah.
And then we've got the graphical images of all of those unusual punctuation marks along with each of them.
Yeah, one of them. So
none of these are real.
They all seem like bullcrap, but I'm gonna go for it. The what's it? Interrobang? Interrobang. That sounds like a horrible interrogation technique. I don't know.
That's how you really get the information out of people.
Dang it, dude. This is hard.
Yeah.
These all look like crap.
No, it's not. It's super easy. I have no clue. There's no logic in it out. I just randomly pick some stuff.
I picked 2. I'm going with 2.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's go with let's see what you guys guess. You guys kind of both settled on 2 of them. The pilcrow, which is that kind of reverse, or it's the paragraph marker, right?
Thing.
It's like the P reversed P thing. That is absolutely correct. That is the pilcrow right there. You also both selected the scintilla as that S with a little hole, little donut. Yeah, it's like an S donut. Yeah. That is not the scintilla. That is the section symbol. The interrobang, which if you break it down, interrogation and bang for exclamation point, it is correct. It's like the question mark overlaid with the exclamation
point.
Of course.
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, that makes sense.
The asterism was the other real one, which are 3 little asterisks. I don't know when you'd ever use that one.
When do any could have rationalized it?
When do any of these? I'm trying to think. We just don't have use cases now very much, right?
Yeah, like
use one of these to replace my thumbs up emoji.
Yeah. Gen Z will appreciate it.
Is a good one to replace your thumbs up emoji. The diuresis, the one that looks like 2 crosses, are just the daggers. Those are called daggers. And the ampule, which is a little diamond in this one, is wrong. That is called the lozenge.
Oh.
That little symbol is called the lozenge.
Wow. I would swallow that one, I suppose, for a cough.
Let's see. People use this for things like bibliographies and things like that. But,
yeah, you do see this stuff in footnotes a lot.
You do, yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Like
I don't know about the asterism. I don't know when you'd use the asterism.
Yeah, that one's a very weird one. But the two daggers, which I always thought was crosses, so that's interesting. I see that all the time in a book footnote. So
that's what I thought too. That's why I said that's a good one.
Yeah.
Click.
Yeah, wrong name, I guess. It also looks like, now that I know it's daggers, it's like a dual-wielding little rogue man with his 2 daggers.
Right, it totally does.
Yeah. But the rogue man is missing.
Yeah, no rogue man.
What happened to the rogue man? The interrobang, I want to know.
Yeah, your footnotes. So footnotes, like you'll do the asterisk for the first footnote, then you'll do a single dagger for the second footnote, and then double daggers for the third footnote.
And for any stupid questions from your husband.
Yeah.
Right?
Or you could use them to indicate death if you place it right before or after a person's name. So you'll do King Henry VIII and put a little dagger before his name.
Oh, and so
or before the year that he died.
So it's almost like there's no rules at all.
I thought it was always a cross, like some Christian symbol. I don't know why I thought that.
Yeah, which makes sense because it does look like that. Yeah, 100%.
If it was like diagonal, I'd say, it's a sword,
It's a dagger. Or if it was shaped differently or something.
Sure,
but
sure.
All right, well, that's all right. Let's get to
Hold on, an interrobang would be like, what are you doing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm
I
gonna watch.
like that use, right? It's like a question, a loud question.
Yeah, but it almost looks like a misprint is the problem, right?
It does. It does.
Which is why people do question mark, exclamation mark to do this same thing. They just put.
Is it which goes first? Is it the question mark then the exclamation? I've seen people do it the other way. I always do question mark first because I want to yell the question, right?
Yeah, I wonder about actually if Amy's still in the chat. She probably knows this. She's more literary than us, but I'll bet you that I think you're supposed to ask the question and then show the anger emphasis.
That's what I would
so
think
too. Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
That's a question and it's loud.
Yeah.
As opposed to this is loud and it's a question.
Yeah.
Tell us more about the Interrobang. Logical sense.
Yeah.
It's always wrong.
That's right. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do number 2 here. 0 points going into question number 2. Let's talk about games. You guys are both into games. Oh, but this is about the Hunger Games. Hunger Games districts and their industries. So which of these match up the Hunger Games district to the correct industry? District 1, luxury items. District 4, hydroponics. District 9, ore. District 3, electronics. District 7, lumber. And District 13, fishing. Which 3 of these are the correct? Well, I am making up crap in 3 of these. Which 3 of these are the are the correct districts and their industries?
And if I remember right, and I'm very vague on this because I don't remember those movies or the books very well, but is the U.S. is broken up into these districts now. Is that the idea?
Correct.
Okay,
correct. Well, Panamerica, what is it?
Panemanem, Panera Bread.
Panemanem sounds right. Yeah.
It's Panera Bread.
It's Panera Bread, exactly. So
obviously, duh. All right. Well, this is going to be fun. Let's see. What do we have there? That sounds like something they'd have for the fancy people. Electronics. Do they even do that?
That's where the Radio Shacks.
Was District 3 a Best Buy or a Circuit City?
Yeah.
Yeah, Panem. Okay, Dr. Calhoun confirms it is Panem.
I'm going with 1 because I don't know.
Okay. All right. You both have locked in. You both locked in with District 1 luxury items.
Makes sense.
That is correct. Yeah, the District 1, like they basically got worse and worse as you went through all the districts. Like it started out great. So of course, number 1 is going to be your luxury items. And Scott, you settled on that one, so you locked in a point.
Good job.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Brian picked 2. He also picked District 7 being lumber. Just out of the blue like that.
You gotta have wood. You gotta have wood.
It's been so long since I've read the books. It's been at least 5 years since I've seen any of the movies. So yeah, just fine. I was just like, guess away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it was a good guess.
Yes.
Lumber was District 7, so very good.
Damn.
There was no District 11 was the Katniss one, so there's no District 12 or 13, so that's a total red herring for fishing. Electronics, Best Buy, District 3 is
that is hilarious.
Really? They have electronics. Okay.
I didn't know that. I don't remember that at all.
No. I thought the world had kind of turned back the dial a bit. I don't remember those very well at all.
More analog.
No. I think when I was reading the books, I read the.
Katniss was 12. Okay, I thought Katniss was 11. It's been that long since I've read the books as well.
I do remember the capital being kind of Utah and Colorado-ish, right? The West somewhere. Wasn't that the deal?
That's right. I think so. Yes.
Yeah, that was popped out obviously because we live here, but that's I need to watch. Maybe go back and maybe film sack one of those. I don't know.
There we go. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You just film sack the first one and then
I'd be all right with it. That'd be cool.
Totally fine with it.
All right. So well done, Dunaway, you jerk.
Well, so we got 3 points for Brian, 1 point for Scott going into question number 3. Anywhere anything can happen. Where everything can happen too. Which of these are countries where people drive on the left?
Jesus.
Yeah, little left-driving weirdos. Norway, Japan, Bahamas, South Africa, Brazil, and Egypt. Which 3 of these are countries where people drive on the left side of the road?
Man, I've been to 2 of these and I don't remember. Shit. I really want to win one of these. Let's see.
I want to win.
Kind of remember that. So I'm going to say that. I think they changed. Oh,
Wrong.
I might be thinking of Sweden.
I'm always thinking of Sweden. Hey, Sweden.
I know.
Hey, Sweden.
Can I come over?
Hey, darling.
Hey, darling. Hey, honey.
All right, locking in 2. I don't feel confident at all. I should have gone
All
for
right.
it, but whatever.
Well, you both locked in on the Bahamas. Yeah, they totally drive on
Colonial
the road in the Bahamas.
colonist.
Colonist
That's
bastards.
exactly right. And Scott, you chose Japan, and Brian, you chose South Africa.
Uh-oh.
And they're both right.
Look at
Brian just adds another 3, and Scott adds another 3. Yeah, those are your 3. Bahamas, Japan, South Africa. All drive on the left side of the road. Unfortunately, not enough points for Scott. That brings him to 4 points total. Brian wins with 6 points. And we have our winner for the game. Jesse in Friendsville, Tennessee. You can play games with your friends in Friendsville with the Guidebook of Babel and Sticky Business, which are coming to you.
Nice.
Courtesy of Wesley. Thank you again, Wesley. But don't worry, Will, in Streetsboro, you're going to get a copy of Figment 2 Creed Valley, which I hear is pretty damn good.
It is good. It's quite the fun experience. I think people will enjoy. They will enjoy those games. So congratulations and well done. Dunaway, you've done it again. How do you feel about your victory today?
I feel almost as good as I felt back in 1999 on 9/9 when the Dreamcast was released.
That's what it was. The Dreamcast, yeah.
99.99, baby. Big Sega day. I took work off that day and bought it and went home. Played all
Did
day.
you really?
Yeah. I think I played
Played
most.
nothing but Seaman all day long.
I think it wasn't out yet.
It was Seaman.
I don't think it was a launch title, but I think we played.
No, it wasn't a lunch title.
Yeah, we played Soul Calibur 2.
Choo Choo Rocket.
That was later too, I think. What was the other one?
Those were the 2 games I remember playing the most. That one and the cell-shaded Wacky Racers game.
Oh, that was a good one too. Yeah,
there were so many.
That also was not a lunch title either.
No, but they were all good, and yeah, I enjoyed that day off. I'll say that. Well done, Dunaway. It's always good to have you here. Kiss our butts.
No, you.
Bye. Oh, I can tell this cold or whatever it is totally settling in, dude. I can feel it.
Oh no, Scott.
Getting like the chills a little
Lots
bit.
of fluids. Oh.
Got a little water here. Hopefully it doesn't go to my throat I don't want to choke my way through the next few weeks. I hate that.
Gosh, yeah, no kidding.
All right, you guys, it is time for us to take a break. When we come back from said break, our good pal Steven Schleicher will join us. It's been a while. So we'll catch up with him, see what's going on there. But Brian has a song he has to play in the meantime. So what do you got there?
I do. And sorry, I was just getting these last getting the codes together. You talked to Brian so quickly, I didn't have time to get the codes together. We're going to listen to Leif Vollebeck. He's got a brand new single. This is great. Let me pull up my notes on Leif Vollebeck.
Sounds like a
VOL.
Scandinavian name of some sort.
Yes, it does. Let's see here. From... Where is he? Where is this? Oh, come on now. There it is right there. This is the final single before his album actually gets released. His album comes out later this month, September 27th. He is coming to America on tour. This is produced and mixed by David Barron, who worked with the Lumineers, Shawn Mendes, Michael Markagi. The new album, again, is called Revelation, comes out September 27th, and he is starting his tour in Winterthur, Switzerland. There you go. I'm just looking to see where he's from. I don't know. Let's just say he's from he's from Ottawa. Now resides in Montreal, Canada.
Gotcha.
This is the song Peace of Mind Evening. Here is Leif Vollebeck.
Isn't it enough that you conquered other planets in this galaxy? I want the Earth, and you shall not stop me. I will stop you, Rodak. We shall see.
But the country rose up and smacked them in the face.
We've returned. Tell me who that was again.
Sure, that is Leif Vollebeck with a brand new single, Peace of Mind. Comes out on his brand new album, which comes out September 27th. That is Leif Vollebeck.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to conjure the spirit of major spoilers.
Ooh, nice. Do we need to just say his name 3 times?
5 times.
Schleicher?
5 times.
Schleicher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we did it. Okay. Bees are coming out of his mouth. He's joining us shortly. And we're going to bring him in with this cool thing that I haven't played in too long.
And now welcome Steven to the show. He's a huge freaking nerd.
Dollar bills, y'all.
He is a huge freaking nerd, and we love him. And he's here to talk about some cool stuff because that's what he does. Hello, Major Spoiler Zone, Steven Schleicher. Welcome.
Well, hello, Scott. Hello, Brian.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Good to have you here. I hope you're well. How's things been? It's been at least a couple of weeks since we've had you on.
Yeah, we had that stupid Labor Day thing.
Yeah, I remember that. What a joke. All that working.
Things are going all right. Things are going all right.
That's good. School, you're back in, and all.
Oh yeah. A lot of that stuff keep me a little busy. The kids are back at school. I got one kid who's graduating from high school this year.
Yeah.
And the other kid is graduating from middle school this year. So.
Oh my. Those are both huge seminal moments in your parenting. Yeah. It's a big deal. Well, congrats to them. I hope their grades are, looking up and all that.
I don't know. I got to notice that somebody's got a D in their advanced calculus class. So
sounds a lot like me back then. Anyway, well, it's good to see you, man. We're going to get right into it and talk about the Sentinels. For those who are not aware, maybe you can give us a little breakdown on who the Sentinels are and why they're getting a glow up.
So the Sentinels, of course, are the big giant robots that hunt mutants in the Marvel universe. They've got an iconic look. I think they're kind of a cool hunter robot, right? I think if you were to compare like Terminator, Sentinels, those kinds of things, certainly Sentinels would be right up there with the Terminator, in my opinion. But we just finished up, it was about a couple of months ago, the big Krakoa era, where all mutants were at peace with the world, and then it all came falling down. And part of that is resurrecting some new Sentinels that are going to be more human than giant robot.
They look like cyborgs, right? They got human faces, but robot bodies, kind of, or whatever.
Yeah, they are definitely people who have been outfitted with cyborg weaponry, and there are so far 5 or 6 of them. So we've got Drumfire, who every time I look at it, I think of Drumfire. So if anybody wants to get on some Drumfire, you want to check that person out.
Sure.
This person has absorption energy and energy manipulation, and then there's Lockstep, who's got technology hacking abilities, and then you've got Sawtooth, who can fire weapons and has personal armor things, and it goes on and on and on. There's several of them. I think they look interesting, but it feels like, what was the Jim Lee, what was it, Wetworks or whatever that series was when it first started Image Comics? That's what this feels a lot like.
Or was it Wildcats? Wildcats.
Well, yeah, Wildcats too, right?
I like, and Wetworks very similar. I think that the fact that they're standing on a big ancient Sentinel head it helps me, because it tells me that we're not just losing that thread, we're adding to it, So I feel like that's cool, and also this will just come down to the writing. If this is a really interesting story, and they're, if these Sentinels are, I assume they're bad guys. Are we gonna have are these guys going to turn at all? Are they going to become good? Do we know any of this stuff from the plot?
We don't know any of that yet, because the series launches on October 3rd, October 9th. So we're just under a month away, or just at a month away from the launch of this series.
Yeah.
It could be very good. It could be, and they're kind of just teasing stuff right now. They're not giving a whole lot of information.
Yeah.
But, they could rise up and throw off their oppressor, overlords and try to be good guys. But it starts out as they are hunting mutants.
I assume this Sentinel head.
I don't think that's Master Mold. I think that's just a regular Sentinel head.
All right. One. Do they always have a skull under there, or is that symbolic of something?
I don't think so. I think that must be symbolic.
Okay, must be. It's like, hey, the human. Oh, we're part human now. Ooh.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
That looks cool.
A little Luke Skywalker in the Dagobah cave kind of situation.
That's right. Well, hey, look, your parents warned you about rock and roll back in the day, and they were right to do it, because now rock and roll comics are a thing.
Well, and so rock and roll comics have kind of always been a thing, right, Brian? Right. I mean, did you pick up the Kiss comics?
The one that had their blood in it? Sure.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want a drop of blood in 70,000 comics?
Yeah. Right, yeah.
So those kind of comics have always been
has hepatitis now, by the way.
Yeah.
That's why you have to make sure that they're individually wrapped in the Mylar bags.
Bagged and, IV bagged and boarded. Right.
For your protection. Those kinds of things have always been around, but it's lately there have been some publishers. Z2 Comics is one of them. The letter Z and the number 2 has been one of them. And Vault Comics and Titan Comics have also stepped up with kind of taking on album type projects. That's the best way I can describe it. So like Vault Comics just announced Def Leppard's Hysteria, which is co-written by one of the members of the band. And it basically is, what if we had the Hysteria album as a comic book? And what would that look like, and what would that be like? The other one, there's a band called The Midnight, which is a synthwave band. Yeah. They have one that's coming out from Dark Horse Comics later this year, and that one is also just based on their brand new album, the Shadows album that just came out. And so, again, stories inspired by. You're supposed to be listening to the album while you're reading these. It's kind of up in the air and kind of left to you. Although I have seen, the Jimi Hendrix Experience is a bio comic about Jimi Hendrix by Titan Publishing. That one just came out 2 weeks ago. August 27th is when that came out. That just looks at the history of Jimi Hendrix, and it's done in conjunction with or with permission from the Hendrix estate. So you're getting some interesting things there. And of course, if you're into that psychedelic art,
very psychedelic art. Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
What's interesting is the Midnight and the Kiss thing makes sense to me, because there's an aesthetic there you can build on, do kind of a cyberpunk thing with the Midnight Shadows one, that sort of thing. But the Hysteria one, that one throws me a little bit. Like, what's the thematic element there? What are we doing with Hysteria? The comic?
Yeah, that's what I don't know. And so there've been a couple of these that have come out. Again, Z2 has done it mostly, and I think they've had some success with that, and that's why we're seeing Titan and Vault and Dark Horse also wanting to jump on that bandwagon. But don't be surprised if you see more comic books coming out in the near future based on albums by artists, not by the creators, because you've got Amory War by the Coheed and Cambria guy. That is still going on. So not written by the creators, but actually inspired by or influenced by or about their albums. We've seen some movies recently do that exact same thing. A couple of animated movies that are based on albums. In fact, is the new Lego movie, is that also just the album come to life, or is that just a bio? That's a bio one of
really?
God, what is the name of somebody in the chat will shout it out. I don't know who the artist is. But I
am surprised that they're doing this with non-concept albums. I mean, you wouldn't want to do something like The Wall, because that story is very established. You don't need a comic book to kind of fill in any gaps. I don't think there are gaps to be filled in. But there are other concept albums that would be like, oh, this would be an interesting one to do. Just trying to think of one off the top of my head, but have a comic series that's based around a concept album, where the songs do all have some sort of tie connection to each other. 2112. Yeah, thanks, Graham.
That would be a good one. Good. Yeah, Pharrell Williams is the Lego movie that's coming up. It's about how he became an artist. It looks really cool. It's done in the Lego style, like the Lego Batman movie and everything. So
yeah, I knew the album or the movie was coming out. I had no idea it had that kind of connection to him. That's kind of cool.
Does it have a giant? Does he have to wear a big minifig hat to fit on the little minifig Pharrell Williams?
Have you watched the trailer? Go check the trailer. I can't remember if there's any reference to that in the.
Because that hat, man, for Pharrell Williams and that hat. So it's interesting here. The description of the Hysteria one says, continuing the celebration of rock, the graphic novel Hysteria follows Foz, the front woman of an indie band Darkside, after she inherits her father's estate and discovers it comes with a half-remembered guitar from her childhood. And I assume that's, a guitar from the band Def Leppard.
Probably.
And then hilarity ensues. I don't know what happens after.
But like the Black Parade, just pulling up my list of
that would be another one that would be just really weird to make a comic book out of.
Yeah.
Did the Spice Girls ever do a comic thing?
They never did a comic nor concept album.
Feels like a comic would be a thing for them.
I would love to see like a Teen Titans Go-esque cartoon with the Spice Girls. That would be a good. I mean, we've seen kind of be Powerpuff Girls kind of.
Sure.
Yeah, we've seen it go the other way, right? We've seen like Archie become a band, or Josie and the Pussycats get a movie and become a band and get an album. But it's just very interesting that we're seeing this kind of flip flop where people are starting to mine instead of books, or instead of mining movies for comic properties, we're now starting to go into the music albums and saying, well, can this be turned into the comic book somehow?
Yeah, no, that's cool. I don't know. I have a soft spot for this. Something about taking your band to new levels, especially if it's like a little bit surrealistic. Like the Kiss just lends itself to it. Like these guys all.
Oh yeah.
They're all
Yeah,
really.
the Kiss ones are really fun. They Dynamite just did one within the last 5 years. I want to say is when they still were doing some Kiss comics that people can go track down. But
Really?
I thought since Brian is a big music guy, that maybe he would be interested in some of these music comics.
I kind of want to check them out. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Maybe there has been, but I did a quick search and didn't see any Gorillas comic books, which
That's
feels
another
like
one would be great. Yeah,
it would. Yeah, I mean Jamie Hewlett, comic book artist, and feels like it'd just be a natural like progression. But
Matthew
and
Sargent
maybe there
in the
is, and I
chat.
just didn't find it right away.
Yeah, Matthew Sargent in the chat says the Aquabats need a comic.
Oh,
That'd be another
Aquabats.
excellent
Yeah,
one.
that would be
that's cool.
great.
Oh, there's a whole book, or is this the comic? Sorry, it's just I'm trying to learn more about the Midnight because I like synthwave and I hadn't heard of them before. And they
I
have
think
some.
this is the first comic that they've done.
Is it okay? Because they have electrifying science. Oh, there it is. They just made it seem really thick, like a full-on novel on this photo. It's weird. Maybe it's a thick graphic novel.
Yeah, they may be just releasing it as a graphic novel.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll check them out. I'll have to listen to them today. All right. And also, what if Donald Duck became Thor? You know, it's a question we've all asked since time immemorial. And boy, howdy, we get to find out now that Disney and Marvel own everything. So tell me more about this weird crossover.
Corporate synergy. That's what this is all about.
Right.
Corporate synergy. So this is not the first time that we have seen Donald Duck become one of the characters in the Marvel Universe. He has previously, what if Donald Duck was Wolverine? That came out a couple of months ago. And now this time he gets to wield the power of Thor. And so, antics, hilarity will ensue. It is done in a Karl Barks-ish type style. So if you're into that, Uncle Scrooge Adventures type artwork, you're going to get that here. Some people have said, no, Donald Duck really shouldn't be Thor because of his attitude really isn't conducive to being able to wield Mjolnir. But some other people are like, man, it's a comic book. Let it go. It's a what if comic
He's not
book.
worthy. Donald Duck is not worthy.
It's nice.
I don't know.
It is nice seeing him wear some damn pants for once, though.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
For about 2 years ago, and still going on, you'll still see these appear. Marvel will release a bunch of variant covers, just depending on the month, and it will feature all of the Disney characters as various Marvel characters, so Minnie Mouse as the Wasp, Mickey Mouse as, Captain America, those kinds of things. So if people really want to see their favorite Disney characters, they can go to their local comic shop and dive through the back issue bin looking for those variants. They've been coming out steadily over the last 2 years, so you'll be able to find those fairly easily.
Okay.
Sign me up for the Incredible Goofy. I got to see what this Walt Simonson alternate cover for the Donald Duck Thor thing looks like. That's the one that's like, I kind of just want the cover without the rest of the comic to go along with it. But,
Yeah. You think if somebody went to, hey, Walt, I know you're a veteran of the industry.
Right.
You are a venerable master of your craft. We need you to come out for a quick alternate cover to Donald Duck as Thor. I think you can do that. He probably jumped at it, he doesn't care. Sounds like fun.
Just
Sounds like a fun
fun.
idea. Sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, this is great. As always, there's plenty of things over at majorspoilers.com, including links to all the stuff we talked about today. And I'll bet you there's more stuff happening behind the scenes. Steven, anything you want to talk about?
Always stuff happening behind the scenes. I'm working on secret projects constantly. What people can do is they can check out the Major Spoilers Podcast Network, check out all the shows that we do. If you're a TTRPG person, we've got a show for you there. If you're someone who loves comic books, we've got a show for you there. If you're somebody that loves the Legion of Superheroes, we've got a show for you. We've got a show there for you. And of course, we've got a top 5, which is, it varies from topic to topic. This week, it is the top 5 death scenes. Top 5 death scenes this week.
In comic history kind of thing?
Nope, it could be anything. It could be comics. It could be movies. It could be TV shows. It could be anything.
Okay.
And so it'll be
that's
interesting.
fun.
Mine are all movies this week.
That might be a fun. Might steal that idea for a host special on Film Sack. That's really good. I like it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I'll give you credit if I do.
Right, thank you,
anyway,
Scott.
that's
And in the
fantastic.
meantime,
yeah.
Stay hydrated.
Oh, I don't know about that. Just kidding. We will. See, I got a big thing of water right here. If it wasn't for that,
Very good.
I'd be choking more than I am. Oh, I can feel it. It's settling in. I can feel it.
Oh no.
I hate that
Get some rest this
feeling.
afternoon.
I'm gonna chill. I'm supposed to do the Monday show later, but maybe I can.
Welcome to the Monday show with Scott. What are we talking about? It's Monday.
It's
We're
Monday.
doing Monday things.
Monday stuff. I look forward to it. In the meantime, I will read an email from Kevin who wrote in. I don't know if this is any of our usual Kevins. It's not Kevin Chu, I know that. But anyway, hello, Scott and Brian. I'm a week behind on the show, but I can't believe you haven't talked about the death of Jack Carlson, who was arrested after eating a succulent Chinese meal.
That's right.
And brought us the great sound clip. Are you waiting to accept my limp penis? Says Kevin. We did mention it, but I can't remember if it was like a pre-show mention or something like that.
It was brief, yeah. Boy, did we get emails and tweets and stuff when this guy passed away. Like, it's the guy, it's the limp peanum guy.
Yeah, I think what happened there is I don't know what happened there.
Weekend or something. It was like it happened when we were about to not do 2 or 3 shows in a row, 2 or 3 days with shows in a row. So it must have been like a Thursday afternoon it happened.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that for a lot of you at home, it sounds like this was your first exposure to that dude, was us playing him. So we probably should have. Yeah. So we probably should have given him a little more due. But yeah, anyway, guy passed away. One of the greatest viral video sensations of the internet history.
Succulent Chinese meal.
Enjoying a meal. That's right.
Clayface basically is.
Yeah, he does. He's got this like very operatic vibe to him.
Yeah,
I love that about him. Anyway, he's dead.
Do you have the clip? Do you have the audio clip?
I don't know if I have the meal one. Let's see.
Have us.
No, that's not it. Is this it? No, that's Swanson's. No, the same thing. How about this one?
You can collect.
No, that's not it. How about this one?
As far as these...
No, one more.
No wonder.
No. Nope, that's it. I don't have it. But I do have the Penum.
well.
I have the Penum.
Sure.
I think. Hold on.
Probably mine, right? Or is it his?
I think I have yours.
Yep, there it is right there.
Hold on, let's see if I got the other one. I should have that. Come on, do I not have that? Not pimp penis, limp penis.
Look for prepared or...
Oh, here it is. Okay, so Brian doing it the long...
My limp penis.
That's when his internet went weird. And then this one.
Are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
Yeah. Yeah, that guy, great. So fair sales to him as he heads into the west and remains Galadriel. All right, moving on.
Hopefully the pearly gates are prepared or are waiting to receive.
Yeah, he'll. You don't think it would make this story better if the guy was eating Chinese food when he died?
Right. Choked on some mushu pork or something. Would be great. It would have been perfect.
A succulent Chinese meal. All right, that's it. We're done. We're out. Frogpants.com/TMS. Yeah, joking on a Viagra. Like we all do. We all do that.
Sure. Oh, who doesn't?
Frogpants.com/TMS for all your needs. So go check that out. Brian, let's play a song and get out of here. What do you have?
Okay. Yeah, this one is going out to Jean Stone Gargoyle 13 in the chat. It says, well, I'm turning 50. Thank you for being here for us, weirdos. Oh, no, I think there's not a comment there. Well, I'm turning 50. Thank you for being here for us weirdos. I've started following Scott back in the instance. There's some past tense stuff here. I started following Scott back in the instance and found Coverville almost at the same time. Over the years, I've expanded to follow so many other content providers that I found because of the two of you. Thank you for giving us the Tadpool and AIE. I'd like to request a ska or rockabilly cover for my birthday. Thank you for all that you do. Well, thank you, Jean.
Yeah.
Gian. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Unfortunately, he has to face the music, Brian.
Yeah.
Whoops, wrong one.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, take that, buddy.
That's right. If you're 50, you definitely get the old lady.
Mm-hmm.
This is a band called the B Sharps. No, they're not the barbershop quartet from the Simpsons or the Symptoms, but they are a great ska band. This comes from their album Ska Don't Pay the Bills from 2011. It is their cover of Shake Your Booty by KC and the Sunshine Band.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
I don't even know what it means.
I don't either, Captain Picard, Jean-Luc Picard.